Okay, everyone, welcome back to the Chase the Monster podcast. It has been a minute since we've recorded an episode, but it's good to be back with everyone. Alongside Luis Gomez, I'm David Karras, and we have a jam packed episode today here of just baseball talk in general, mostly Red Sox stuff, but we have not talked to everyone since the beginning of the World Series. And me and Lewis, I believe we both. First of all, Lewis, how are you doing? Let me ask you that.
Doing great, man. Doing good. I'm ready for the off season.
I remember my prediction being Dodgers in six. Did you also say Dodgers in six for the World Series?
Now, I was going for Vladdy.
Oh, you were. Did you pick Toronto?
Just for Vladdy, he's Dominican, so I'd rather see a Dominican person take it than Otani.
So we can take some time to talk about the World Series because unless you're living under a rock, the World Series wrapped up almost 2 weeks ago, and that was one of the best World Series in a while. It went 7 games. Again, unless you're living under a rock, you know the Dodgers won. The Dodgers won the final game in epic fashion, 11 innings. Just a really, really good ending to the baseball season because this was a very entertaining baseball season, and that game was insane to watch. I had to go to work the next day very early in the morning, so the last thing I saw in that game 7 was Bo Bichette hitting that 3-run homer. I went to bed right before the benches cleared. I wish I could have seen that. The fact that the benches cleared in the game 7 is crazy, but that was awesome. And I think I saw that 25 million people watched that game 7, which is even better for baseball. So that was an all around great game. Obviously, heartbreaking if you're a Toronto Blue Jays fan being 2 outs away from a championship, but Miguel Rojas tying it up with the solo shot in the ninth, and then Yamamoto closing it out, winning World Series MVP. He closed out game 7 after throwing 93 pitches the day before, which is just insane. That is like absolutely unheard of. So an all around great series. But Lewis, how about you? Just give us your thoughts on the World Series and what did you
Man,
think of that whole series against the Blue Jays and Dodgers?
if it was the Red Sox, 2 outs away from winning the World Series, and that happens, man, that I wouldn't sleep for 3 weeks. That was just hard to watch, man, and I felt so bad for the Blue Jays fans, man. I felt really bad. That was terrible. 2 outs away from literally having it all, and boom, that happens. It's like, yeah, that bro. I literally felt the pain, and I'm not even a Blue Jay fan. Watching that game live was crazy, but at the end of the day, I'm not surprised the Dodgers won. Look at the lineup. Everyone's a superstar in that team. I'm not surprised they won. They won how they should have. I'm surprised that it took them 7 games to win it with that lineup, with that starting pitching they have. You get me? At the end of the day, they have better starting pitching than the Blue Jays and a better lineup than the Blue Jays as well, and a better bullpen. But I'm so shocked that it took them 7 games to beat them, and they were literally 2 outs away from losing the World Series. So the Blue Jays didn't like the Blue Jays put a fight, and it's so surprising. A team that was in the bottom of the division last year here literally won the division and went to the World Series and was 2 outs away from winning the World Series. That's where, and I realized something with this postseason with the Blue Jays. Man, contact is so important. Putting pressure is so important. It's so important because at the end of the day, It's not like the Blue Jays have 5 guys that hit 50 bombs. They have one guy that could hit 50, like 50, maybe Blatty, but George Springer is not like that anymore. He doesn't hit a lot of home runs like that anymore. You get me? So Bo Bichette is a contact machine. So they know how to put the ball in play, and I realized like how important is putting the ball in play. And you don't. It shows you don't need superstars. You don't need a bunch of superstars like the Dodgers have. You don't need it. You just gotta do the simple things. And when you put the ball in play, good things happen. It shows it. It showed it, and I mean, the Blue Jays should be proud, man. They did that with literally a Bo Bichette one leg, and Anthony Santander was in the bench, like injured. And even with Bo Bichette or not, they still got there with no Bo Bichette. You get what I mean? It's like crazy. Oh, you lose one of the best hitters in your lineup, and it's like nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. You still go to the World Series. And here comes Bo Bichette, who hasn't played since September 10th. And bro, literally, he doesn't care. He just starts hitting. Hey, boom, boom, base hit with one leg, literally. It sucked that at some point they had like in that game that went to extra innings. I feel like it could have been something else if they never took him out, but you have to because of the base running. You get me? But imagine you never have to take him out. Like it would have been so different because he could hit, man. You could expect a bomb from him in the middle of nowhere because he has the pop. He's so good that he could create momentum or a rally.
Yeah, I mean, not only were they 2 outs away from winning, we'll use another 2 here. They had 2 chances at home to win the World Series, the Blue Jays. So that's another heartbreaking statistic right there for them as well.
And I forgot too, they were one fly out away. One fly out.
Andy Paez. How do you pronounce his last name?
Pajas.
Paez. That was crazy. Like I forget who was it on Toronto that hit that one.
Clement.
Yeah, he hit it, and then the crowd is going wild. You see Kike turtle, and then he just like Kike said on I think the Jimmy Kimmel show that he was just on the ground and he was like ready to start like crying because he thought he just cost his team the World Series, and then Paez just like shows him he caught the ball. I mean, this was that was probably the most iconic baseball game since that Astros Dodgers World Series in 2017, where I
Yeah,
think that game
that
went.
was
I
game
forget
7.
what game it was, but it went to extra innings, and the Astros won like 13-12 or something like that. Like this is up there for one of the best baseball games ever. That game 7. That was insane.
Yeah. I also feel like also that play at home by Miguel Rojas. Miguel Rojas literally was falling. I mean, man, if you see that guy hitting right there who hit the ball to Miguel Rojas, he just had to pull the ball in the air. And that's it, man. And I also saw the guy running home. He didn't take a long like a big like he was really close from third base.
A big lead. He could have taken a bigger lead.
He could have been, yeah, man. Vladdy is it was Interfalefa running, if I'm not mistaken, and Vladdy will literally have a bigger lead than him, and Interfalefa is really way more faster. And I'm like, the infield's in. Why you're not taking the bigger lead? Like the secondaries, 2 steps when the pitcher is about to release the ball. You get me? Like, come on, man. You gotta because literally one more step. I mean, I feel like one more lead could have won the World Series for him, for the whole team. I think he would have made it faster because it's literally right there. They literally make it at the same time. But Miguel Rojas, it was an out. But what would have happened if he took a bigger lead, just a little bit more? You know, it's a game of inches.
So the Dodgers are the first back-to-back World Series champions here in the 21st century. They're the first team to do it since the Yankees in the 1990s. So the other thing that stings with the Dodgers winning, to me at least, and probably to you and all other Red Sox fans, is that Mookie Betts is now a 4-time MLB World Series champion. 3 of them coming with the Dodgers. And I'll just again speak for myself, but as long as Mookie Betts is still playing in the baseball, seeing him be successful with the Dodgers will always sting.
I mean, to be honest, if he would have stayed in Boston, he would have been watching that World Series from the couch.
We don't know. We don't.
I
It's
mean,
just it stings because it'll be 6 years in next February since we traded him. I mean, was it the Red Sox wanted to pay him, he just didn't want to stay, or he wanted to stay, but we just didn't want to pay him? Who knows? This is all long revisionist history, but it just stings knowing that ever since he left the team, he's playing for a championship every single year.
yeah, it is. I mean, every time I see Mookie, it reminds me of those good times, man. Like 2016, when you get me, like it takes you there. Like every time I see him, now he's bald, and it's like, wow, you're getting older, man.
You didn't have to call him out like that. Jeez.
No, but it's like,
He's not even that old. He's 33.
yeah, he always had like hair problems. I think. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, in 2019, he already had a bald spot. I remember, but at the end of the season with us, his last game, literally, he was already bald, I think. But I mean, like
Kicking him while he's down.
seeing him reminds me a lot, like when he came up around 2014, if I'm not wrong.
Yes,
Uh,
he got the call in 14. Yep.
yeah, because he wasn't like a superstar right away, man. It was just like, I don't know. I saw him and I'm like, I'm assuming I saw in 2014. I'm like, are you going to be that good? Because sometimes you assume because of the height, because he's really skinny. You get what I mean? He's not even 6 feet tall, and baseball is so different nowadays. But at that time, I used to see it like, we had people like Big Poppy. You get me? Big Poppy's big. Sander Bogarts, even though he was skinny, but Sander Bogarts like 6 feet tall. He's 6'2". So I grew up like thinking the big guys are the good guys, I guess. So Mookie was the type of player that I was like, wow, you have a lot of pop for a short guy. Because at the end of the day, like he hits home runs, but he doesn't have like more power than Teoscar Hernandez. You gave me like strength, but it's so crazy to see. He always shocked me with that, and then at some point, he was our batting fourth for us in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. It was Big Poppy third. He was fourth, and I was like, wow, that guy is fourth. He had a Hanley Ramirez in fifth, I remember, but it's crazy to think of it and see him who he became and hitting 30 home runs with us. 2017 was like it was a good season, but we have seen better from him. And 2018 he went off. 2019 first half wasn't that good, but he still ended like he played in the All-Star game and he still went to the and he was still a Silver Slugger, and because he ended really good in 2019. But
In
okay,
2018. Don't forget about 2018.
2018, yeah, I remember he hit it like 348, I think,
MVP.
31 home runs, MVP, 90 RBIs. I remember, of course, I remember, but it's just like you see that, and then he goes to the Dodgers, and I'm thinking like, because Mookie is a pull hitter. All his home runs are pulled. I don't have a lot of memory of Mookie going the other way for a home run. That's more people that that's you gotta have a lot of strength to go the other way like that. But Mookie, every home run for Mookie is like pulled, and I thought he would have less home runs for the Dodgers because there's not a green monster. Have is an advantage when all your home runs are going to left field. You're pulling all your home runs. Having the green monster will help a lot. And wow, I was wrong. Bro literally didn't care.
So, what are your thoughts about the sport and the state of the MLB moving forward because it seems almost inevitable that we're going to be heading for a lockout in baseball after next season. The Dodgers winning the World Series this year doesn't help because the big talking point in the new negotiations between the players union and the owners is probably going to be about a salary cap being implemented. The owners badly want a salary cap being implemented, but the players union will probably never agree to something like that. The
Yeah, they
owners are
probably want
going
money.
to the owners are going to point to something like this happening where the Dodgers just won 2 years in a row. They basically are going to say that they're buying these championships. That needs to be stopped. The players union again is not going to agree to a salary cap. So I know we talked about this, I think, a little bit last time, but I'm very worried personally about this being a ugly lockout after next season. So the CBA expires at the beginning of December in 2026, so a little over a year from now. I think that this lockout could be a lot more ugly than the last lockout, and I think it could, you know, uh, head into the 2027 season, and we could be missing some baseball due to a lockout. But are you currently worried at all about a lockout in the MLB coming at some point?
I mean, it will suck, man. I literally wait for every 31st of March. I literally that's the day that I'm the happiest man during the off season, man. And it's just it will suck that I have to wait more longer because I remember 2022 was the last lockout, if I'm not mistaken,
Yep.
and it wasn't it like we started playing around June.
No, so the lockout started in December, and luckily they started playing. Um, it was like middle of April. We only missed the first two series, and we just had to play a ton of double headers to make up for it. Luckily, it was not June, but I think this one, with just how ugly it is and how much tension there is between the players and the owners, I think this one could honestly go on for a while.
Yeah, I mean the players want more money, man, and I'm not gonna lie with you. It's understandable why they want more money. Players, you get me? The players that make it to the league, of course, they want like a bigger salary because at the end of the day, it's not easy, man. Playing every day. I mean, it's not easy. They're not robots. You get me?
I just
How will you feel doing the same thing over and over, over and over? That's the routine of a baseball player. It's not easy. Oh yeah, you're getting paid, but it's not easy. You gotta work out. It's not. You gotta then you gotta work on your infield. On the pitchers gotta do on the pitching stuff. It's not easy, and I understand like why they want more money. And at the end of the day, I feel like every baseball is gaining follow more followers. I feel like they are right now. I mean, you saw like how many views in the World Series and stuff like that. So that's good for baseball as well. But I just feel like we have, you gotta agree with the players here because it's not easy. It's not. And about the owners, I feel like it depends in the situation of owners, and if there's a team that actually doesn't make money, then that's a different case. But if they actually do make money, that's their problem because how can you expect them to make big, like for example, the Rays? How can you expect them to win big money like the Red Sox do? You get me? To make money like that. Get me? It's fan base is different. How can you expect the Rays to? How can you fix that like the Rays? And it's so unfair for other organizations to. Oh, we gotta stop like that. There's some salary cap, like because teams like that. I mean, at this point, you should just sell the team to someone who's richer. You get what I mean? I feel like the Mets, like you saw the Mets have a new owner. He's really rich. He signed Juan Soto, and there you go. Like if that's the thing, then but that's so unfair for other teams, man. What if the Red Sox decide to go off because they haven't go off this whole in a couple years? You get me? They've been trying to rebuild and stuff like that. It's been working. We literally went to the postseason with the same team from last year. We literally did. No Devers, replaced Devers with Bregman. You see what I mean? We literally went to the.
There's your Devers mention.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. So we literally went to the postseason this year with the same team from last year. So the rebuild kind of worked out for us. You get me? In a way that we got we the goal is to win the World Series, but it's also like you cannot expect the same team from last year win it all the next year. You get me? Especially Rafaela was a rookie last year. Abreu was a rookie last year. You get me? They were still learning, and I feel like with time they get better. But this is literally like their second full season in the big leagues, and they go to the postseason like that. Jaron Duran's literally first full season in the big leagues was last year. This is his second full season. So we have a lot of that just story. He's a veteran, but bro literally hasn't even played a full season. His first one is now. Um, Marcelo Meyer, Campbell, Roman. You see what I mean? Like it's the point of view that we need to, as an organization, we had a step forward, but now it's the time to spend money, and we can't spend money because of teams are complaining. You get what I mean?
So I think I really like the point you made about how baseball is getting more popular. I think based off that point, the last thing the MLB needs right now is a lockout because baseball is as popular as it's been since I would say honestly the 90s or the 2000s. I mean, since me and you have been alive, Lewis, I don't think baseball has been as popular as it's been right now. So the last thing the league needs is a work stoppage. So I
Yeah,
just hope
yeah.
we can reach an agreement, or the owners and the players can reach an agreement at some point, and then we can move forward and just keep the schedule intact. Because the
Yeah.
last thing we need is lost games and people stop caring about baseball right when they're getting interested in it again.
And another thing is this: people are talking about salary caps, but okay, look at the Dodgers. I get it, but it's only the Dodgers that are doing that stuff, man. Oh, the Yankees are spending, but they haven't won the World Series in 16 years. Oh, the Mets spend a lot of money. They didn't even go to the postseason. It's not all about the money, man. It's not.
And that's what the players are going to be arguing.
Yeah, but
So,
for owners, a salary cap is not about this. It's not about the money. It's not everything is not about the money. Look at the Blue Jays. Who they're spending big money on Vladdy and
spring.
Springer, but it's not like the Dodgers. They still put a fight because the Dodgers literally, you cannot compare the Dodgers. But it's hard to imagine. Like, look at the Mets. They didn't even go to the postseason. They spent way more money than the Red Sox, and okay, the Red Sox made it farther than them at the end of the day. Literally, with the same team from the Red Sox literally had the same team from last year. You see what I mean? How that makes sense? Oh, the Mets went crazy the last offseason. Oh wait, and they don't even go to the postseason, and the Red Sox did. It's hard prediction. That's hard to predict. And last year, especially when when you hear that, oh, the Red Sox lost traded Devers at some point. It's hard it's hard, and people should be smarter about this because it's not all about the money. Like for the past 5 years, we haven't spent money. It's about rebuilding. Oh, we took a step forward with the same players from last year. That's good to see, but it's now is the time when you spend the money. But it's also like it's not all about the money. It's not all. Everything is not about the money. You just gotta be
So
smarter.
So we're gonna switch gears here and talk about Red Sox news because there's been a ton that's happened with the Red Sox since we last talked. Some congratulations are in order to start off. Cedar Rafaela and Willie Abreu both won the Gold Gloves for the American League in the outfield. Cedar Rafaela won it for center field, and Abreu won it for right field. Abreu now goes back to back. He's won the Gold Glove 2 years in a row now. He had 8 outs above average and 7 runs prevented due to his defense. Both of those categories were leading all AL right fielders. And then Rafaela, as expected, had 21 outs above average and 19 runs prevented, leading the American League in both those categories as well among center fielders. So, really, just really nice job from our outfield defensively. I know a big topic of conversation regarding the Red Sox is them needing to get better defensively. But it's nice knowing we have 2 players on our team that we don't have to worry about their defense every time they come on the field. I think we all knew Rafael was getting it 100%. There was no doubt with that.
Yeah.
Abreu was a little bit more interesting because he did only play 115 games compared to 132 last year. So people were wondering if the voters were going to hold that against him. But it's great to see Abreu go back to back as well. And
how many games Abreu played?
This year he played 115. Last year he played 132.
Wow, 115 games.
So
and I know he hit 20 bombs.
22 homers and 69 RBIs.
Wow. He has a lot of potential, man. And he's really young still. It's not like he's 30.
So that brings up an interesting point.
Wow.
We'll get to Abreu in a second. Let me just Narvaez was also a finalist for the Gold Glove for the catcher position, but Dylan Dingler of the Tigers got it. Narvaez was a +10 in defensive runs saved amongst catchers, tied for first. A lot of people think he got robbed, but the award went to the.
I didn't even know who that guy was. Dingler?
Dylan Dingler, the catcher for the Tigers.
I didn't even know he existed.
But getting back to Abreu, what's so funny?
I didn't know he existed, man. When I saw the when they announced it, I'm like, who's Dingler?
Yeah, and now he's gonna watch this and he's gonna get motivation to like torch us for like 5 homers this season.
5 homers.
Yeah, he's when he plays the Red Sox, he's gonna remember us talking about him, saying we didn't even know he existed, and he's gonna dominate us. So,
I mean,
apologies in advance to Red Sox pitchers, but Abreu.
It's not like we're gonna lob it to him. He thinks we're gonna lob it like, here, hit it, literally like this, like lob it here, hit it.
I mean, Luis Ortiz or Emmanuel Clase maybe would do that, but not us too. That's for sure. Enough on that conversation though, before I get in any trouble here with with what I just said. But you brought up an interesting point with Abreu that I liked, where obviously a big focus point for the Red Sox this offseason is getting more power in their lineup, because we were 7th, I think, in power rankings in the MLB before the Devers trade. And then after the Devers trade, we fell all the way down to 23rd in power. So I think Wilyer Abreu, if he played 130, 140 games, he probably could have hit more homers for us. And honestly, another guy, so like a lot of people think we need to go out on the market and get like a power hitter. And I believe that to be true as well. But I think we can get power out of the guys we already have, specifically a Wilyer Abreu, and then also a guy like Roman Anthony. Because Roman Anthony, I don't know if you saw that statistic. I don't have it on hand with me, but minimum of, I think, 150 plate appearances last season, Roman Anthony had the highest hard hitting percentage, hard hit ball percentage in the entire MLB. So I think a guy like Roman Anthony and Wilyer Abreu internally, attached with the free agency signing, can get us the more power we need, assuming that Anthony and Abreu can stay healthy.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like how can I say it? Like, I always believe in Abreu, man. I always did. You could ask Griffin. When we traded for him, I liked him so much that I bought like a baseball card signed by him with the Astros jerseys. Griffin, I remember in At that time, Griffin didn't believe in him a lot because he was a rookie. He was like, he wasn't. He was literally in Double A and Triple A still. And at some point, we called him up to play like a few games. But last year, what he also was available for rookie as he was a rookie still last year because he didn't play a lot of games in 23. But Griffin was we had Adam Duvall, and Griffin wanted Adam Duvall back. And I'm like, no, put Abreu in, let him play. And Griffin wanted Duvall back, and things got worked out with Abreu. But I always believed in him, man. He has the potential. He has the swing. I feel like he's such a. Even though he hit 20 home runs at some point, he had more home runs than Devers, man. He had way more home runs than Devers. That Devers was second in home runs when he was with us. He was first. And injuries killed him, man. He would have had like at least 30 home bombs this year because he hit 20 home runs pretty fast, man. It's just the injuries. He literally missed a month, and here he comes literally for the last week of the regular season. But it's not easy, man. It's you gotta get your timing back because it was a feet problem, I think. So you gotta get your timing back. It's not easy, man. Who could Can you hit like that? Like, oh, you literally got a whole month, literally not even swinging, just because you're hurt, and then you're good now. And then you have to. You think you could hit just like that? It's not easy. You gotta get your reps and stuff like that. So I feel like when he's hot, he's unstoppable, and he's such a good curveball hitter. Like, man, and I feel like he could do so good with so much good with a fastball, but it's just his swing is so aggressive, man. Like he tries to do too much sometimes. With the power that he has, you just gotta try to hit that ball. You get me? Just try to touch it. Just touch it. But he's a pretty good at hitting breaking balls. But I feel like his struggle is the fastball because he tries to do too much with a fastball.
So, other congratulations in order for the Red Sox. Roman Anthony was a finalist for AL Rookie of the Year. He hit in just 71 games, too. Very impressive that Roman Anthony was able to be a finalist. In 71 games, he hit 292 with 8 homers and 32 RBIs. The most impressive to me personally is his on base percentage was nearly at 400. He finished with a 396 on base percentage. But this award did go to Kurtz on the Athletics. So Kurtz, as of yesterday, we found out, won Rookie of the Year as expected. So congratulations to him. And then also Crochet, which we'll find out tomorrow who wins the Cy Young Awards in the American League and the National League on November 12th. But Crochet was named a finalist with Hunter Brown of the Astros and Skubal of the Tigers for the AL Cy Young Award. Crochet in 2025 led the American League with both 205 and a third innings pitched and 255 strikeouts. And he also had a 2.59 ERA. So we don't need to spend a ton of time talking about Crochet as much as we could. We could spend hours talking about how important Crochet was to the Red Sox in 2025. He was as advertised, even better than we even thought he could be. And I mean, I don't think he'll win the Cy Young Award. I don't think anyone thinks he'll win it. He'll probably go to Skubal, but
Yeah,
just an amazing season for Crochet in Boston. He's
he would
our
have
ace.
never made it to the postseason if it's not without him. And then we went to the postseason, and he still delivered. He did his part, and he still got game one W. It's sad that that performance was for nothing because we lost the series, but he's a horse, and you love to see that, man. When you needed him the most, he was there, and you love to see that from your ace. And he in the regular season, he acted like an ace. He performed like an ace. And in the postseason, that's when he even got even bigger. And that's what you want to see from your starter. And Crochet, oh my god, man. He deserves it. He's king.
So obviously very happy to have Crochet with the Sox for the future. But Now we're going to get into some hot stove MLB offseason talk here. Pretty much
On the cheers.
all of it involving the Red Sox. So
You brought your popcorn?
get your popcorn ready. Make sure it's all buttered up. Make sure it's salted up. Like you got to be ready for all this news that's coming your way. First of all,
Cheers.
the biggest so as expected, Alex Bregman officially opted out of his contract with the Red Sox. He is now a free agent, and he will be searching for a bigger payday, and a longer term contract this winter than he got last winter. So let's see. So Lewis, so the projected contract. I'm going to ask you a few questions here. The projected contract for Bregman in free agency from Baseball America and Sports Illustrated is 6 years, 180 million for Bregman. My first question to you is: would you be comfortable with the Red Sox giving that contract to Bregman, who will be 32 at the start of next season, and that would pay him 30-ish million until he's 37 years old?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Bregman is such a good player, and I
I'm
want
sensing a but.
I would want him to come back. I would love for the Red Sox to bring him back. But you said 6 years?
6 years until he's through his
Man,
age 37 season, making 30 million, hypothetically.
he's gonna be 32 soon. I don't think so, man. At some point, we're gonna have a 34-year-old Bregman, and it depends on the type of player. Sometimes, like a good example is that you know I feel like players are better with age. Is they're more like power hitters. You got me? Like look at Big Poppy. He was performing at 40. You like A Rod. You see what I mean? Like those type of players that are power hitters are different. But Bregman is an athlete. Bregman is a little bit different. Bregman could hit bombs, but like it wasn't like, for example, a Rafael Devers. I would feel more comfortable with a 35 Rafael Devers because his job is to literally go deep. And as a Devers is a pure power hitter. Bregman isn't that type of way. Bregman's an athlete. Bregman isn't built like like he's not like a tall, big guy. He's an athlete. He's fit. He's he's not that tall. He's like 6 feet tall. I think. I think he's shorter. I have seen him in person. I think he's shorter. I don't think he's 6 feet, but but yeah, I feel like he's a different type. He's an athlete, and it's different. The lifestyle of an athlete of a power hitter. A power hitter, you just gotta show up a DH and just hit. You know, Bregman's gonna get slower, and his he just I don't think it's worth it, man. If he was a power hitter that just hit bombs, that's different. I think like a Pete Alonso. I'd rather give that money to Pete because at some point he could become your DH, and his job is just to hit bombs. And he doesn't have to move in the infield. But I feel like a 35-year-old Bregman, you don't want Bregman to be in the DH role. Makes no sense. You don't want. I know Yoshida does it, but we got no choice. You get what I mean? We got no choice. But before Yoshida, we had Kyle Swarher, we had people we had Devers. You see what I mean? We had Big Poppy. Like you don't wanna you don't wanna do that. You get what I mean? You don't want to have a 35-year-old Bregman at the DH role or playing third because he's not gonna perform the same way. I don't think so. Hopefully he does, but I don't think it's worth it. At this point, I'd rather just go for both. Bobish, why not? Bobish is 28 years old, I think 27, around that age. I think he's looking for an 8-year deal. Then you get me. You got the best time of Bobish in prime. So I feel like that would be more worth it, but it depends. If they could get like a contract over 4 years, yes, but maximum 5 years, man. I don't think it's worth. We gotta be smart as well, and as long we want Bregman to come back, we also should not fall like, oh, we gotta give him this money. We don't. I don't want us to feel like we're pressured that we have to give Bregman that money no matter what. You get what I mean? There's the free agency is a lot of people, and if Bregman doesn't try to get less years, then we should also keep playing the game with Bregman, but we should also play the game with Pete, with Alonso. I mean, Pete Alonso is one person, but with Pete Alonso and Bo Bichette. I mean, and those Japanese players, man, why not? Those Japanese like Murakami, Okamoto. I like the Okamoto guy, man. I'm not gonna lie with you.
So you're telling me that you prefer a 4-year contract with Bregman, but you wouldn't go more than 5 years.
I mean, look, yeah, maximum 5 years, man. Is
That's where
because
I don't want to be paying. I wouldn't want to pay Bregman 30 million past age 35.
that's the thing. Yeah, that's no. I know we were gonna pay. We were literally going to pay Devers until he's 40, but you know what I mean. Do you get what I mean? Like they're different type of players. Devers could literally be like Big Poppy, like in the same role that Big Poppy was when he came to Boston. So that kind of would have been Devers' situation. That at some point, it doesn't matter if he gets out of fit, out of shape, as long you hit fingers. As long as you could hit, you get me, you're good. And that's something that Devers literally, he's in the big leagues just for hitting. It was never because of the defense. He was always scratching the defense. But, and because his bat was so good, you expected him, he has to be in the big leagues. And I would have felt like that would have been Brett and Devers. I understand Brett and Devers' more point of view, but Breggy is different. Breggy's an athlete. You get me? He's different player over here, and I don't think Breggy's gonna perform how how he does right now in 3 years or in 5 years. Sometimes you gotta take a risk, but I don't know. I really don't know, and if I don't know if he's willing to take to take those years, because look, he
probably not.
got away,
So
and I get it. He wants to secure his future. But that doesn't mean that we have to give him that money because we're also not stupid. You get me? This is business. If he wants to come back, then he got to understand his market because we're not just going to give it, oh, we love Bregman right now. That's why. I mean, you know what I mean? We literally only had Bregman for 1 year. It's not like we had Bregman whole entire life. Like, we literally traded our last piece of the 2018 World Series remaining. We traded him. You see what I mean? And we literally had, you know, it's different. We've been with Evers from so long, and I wouldn't be shocked if the people. Would you be surprised if the Red Sox go after Bo Bichette instead of Bregman? Will you like that?
I mean, I'd like it, but I don't know how realistic it is, to be honest, because I feel like Toronto is going to do everything they can to make sure they bring back Bichette. I think it'll be a conversation, but it, we can't let this be like last offseason where we drag the Bregman situation all the way into February. Because if we get our hopes up and let all these other free agents sign, and then we don't even end up with a guy like Bregman, we're going to be in trouble at third base. So, like,
Yeah,
there's
I,
got to be we got to figure that out early in the offseason, whether we want to bring back Bregman or not. And if you want to do it, you got to try and wrap that up as soon as possible. I don't even care if you overpay for him. I'd be totally fine if we give him a 4 or 5 year deal and we overpay for him, as long as we get this wrapped up sooner rather than later. Because if we don't, then a guy like Eugenio Suarez could come off the market, who I'd love to sign for 1 or 2 years.
I don't want that guy, man.
I know we disagree on this, but like for
That's
1 or 2
literally
years, I wouldn't mind him being our third baseman. Or
watching him in the world, watching him in the postseason, man, he's a strikeout machine.
He hit 49 homers though. We need the power. And
Yeah,
he's
I know.
34. He's going to be cheaper. But like if
The-
you're not going to go in that route, you get Meyer at third. Okay, that's fine. But then who's going to be at second? Like we got to figure these things out very soon. We can't just keep waiting. We can't hold out hope that Bregman's going to sign with us.
And attention, Craig Breslow. Here, you got to hear what David's saying. You got to hear him out. It's true. You waited so late last year just to sign Bregman. I understand that's Bregman's decision as well. Bregman could take all the sweet time he wants, but you cannot just wait last minute, especially like how you did the trade and the trade deadline too. Attention, listen, Craig. You got to be active. You got to make the deals, man. If you got to put a couple millions in top, you got me. Like, do it. Just do it, man. Just do it. Don't wait last minute because everyone's going to sign. And then, we're going to have to give Bregman this. You got to be smarter. And I know you've been learning. It's a learning thing. But you got 3 years of learning already. Hopefully, you learn from the deadline. Hopefully, you learn from the free agency last year. This is not a learning thing anymore. This is due time. It's due time, man. So listen, attention, Craig. Don't wait. Just do it. Just do it, man. And also, don't fall for those tricks of Breg. Breg is gonna do his dance. You already know he's really smart with that. Listen, his agent is Scott Bora. You already know he's used to playing those games. I wouldn't play if I was you. Don't play those games with him. Also, try to go against the other guys. And listen, you have, for example, for Bo Bichette, for example, they have the power to do it. You get me? They have the power. They were going literally after Juan Soto, and they got so money. They're not paying Devers anymore. Right now, Bregman out of his contract, $40 million. They got a lot. I know they're gonna pay Crochet starting next year and Roman as well, but they have the power to do it. They still have the power because they also got clear of some contracts. Walker Bueller, not paying Walker anymore. So you look at Luca Giolito as well. So they have the power to do it. They used to sign people just for fun. They literally signed Hanley Ramirez, literally having a shortstop already, just to Hanley, go play left field.
Yeah, and how'd that work out?
I mean, at least it worked out at first base, at least. But
it all comes back to first base with this. It's just anyone can get a glove and play first. I mean, what like this?
I'm not gonna lie, he did a pretty good job at first base. I'm not gonna lie with you, but I remember that was torture watching him at left field, and I understand why he got like a little bit bigger because he was a shortstop. He is a person that has to move a lot. You get me? And then at some point you stop moving so much because a shortstop is an athlete. At some point you're just playing first, and it's different. It's different. So they have the power to do it. You can move Marcelo to third, Bo at second. That's amazing. That's good right there. Bo doesn't have to move a lot. I know he has a history of getting hurt a lot, but playing second base doesn't require a lot of movements compared to short. So, attention, Craig. If you need any tips, you could DM me. Got you. I will help you.
Next,
talk about swing velocity, anything, and Boba's swing velocity is up there, man. So that's good. And he's a contact machine because last game we played, you saw how many strikeouts we had. We couldn't even put a ball. We couldn't hit a ball to the catcher. We were only hitting foul balls, and we were hitting the wrong way. It should be forward, not back. And yeah, we literally need that because Boba brings a different mentality and stuff like that. If you want to bring Bo and Bregman, you could literally do that as well. I wouldn't be mad. And maybe at first P. Alonso. And I don't know what to do with Casas, but we cannot rely on him either.
So
I'm tired of that.
Next order of business.
I'm gonna send that to him. I'm gonna clip the little piece of me
Yeah.
talking, you talking, and I'm gonna just send it to his IG.
Does he have Instagram? I don't think he has
I don't
Instagram.
think, but I'm gonna send it to Nesson or something like that, and I can show it to him.
Let's do it. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna send it to Bayo, and Bayo will send it to him.
Perfect.
Yep. Perfect.
Friend of the podcast, Brian Bayo. If you haven't already caught on, I always wear his jersey for every single episode. We love El Nino in the Chasing the Monster community. But
Have you seen him work out recently?
I haven't seen him work out, but I think I saw. Did he like dye his hair? Is his hair a different color?
I think so. Yeah, man, he looks like a rock down there, man.
I can't wait.
He's
Number
going.
three.
He's
Started
gonna
number
go
3.
103 this year, man. I'm telling you right now. Doing some workouts with his shoulders and stuff like that. I saw his legs. His legs are literally rocks.
He's going to be an all-star this year.
Yeah, he has the potential. He got to work on different pitches, but I'm already texting Pedro because he follows me. When I have the chance to talk to Pedro, and Pedro like, yo, work on this one, man. Help this kid out.
Okay, so next thing.
He actually follows me. You can check it out.
I know. I believe you. I'm not. I don't. It's not. I believe you. I know he follows you.
Pedro follows the fan page. He's a fan of Chasing the Monster.
Right. He watches the podcast.
Yeah.
I believed you.
No, for the fans.
Oh, for the fans. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
the fans didn't believe Lewis, then there you go.
We're not just talking here. Pedro's a big fan.
So Duran and the Sox agreed to a 1-year, $7.7 million deal for the 2026 season. So Duran's back. That got settled pretty early. This doesn't mean that he's going to be on the Red Sox for the 2026 season, but he now has a guaranteed salary for the season, whether it be for Boston or for another team. He will be making $7.7 million in 2026. The next thing, Trevor Story, as we expected, opted back into his deal, excuse me. He has 2 years left and $50 million remaining on his deal, and there's a club option for $25 million now for 2028. So with all the uncertainties in the Red Sox infield in 2026, Lewis, we at least know that Trevor Story will be coming back. And he will be our shortstop for now. It remains to be seen if there's a conversation that'll be had where they move him back to second. But for now, we have Story in the middle of the infield for the next few years.
Yeah, at least we know that Story is going to be there for us. So at least that's official. But if he goes back to second, I would have been surprised. But as of right now, he's a shortstop. Who would it be? Roman?
Roman. All right, now we're just throwing out crazy takes. Maybe Marcelo Meyer would be our shortstop.
Meyer gets hurt too much, man. I feel like Meyer got a
natural position though.
Yeah, but he looks so natural in playing third, playing second. He looks really natural playing second shortstop as well. So
yeah, so
no talented, but I feel like just we gotta avoid like things with him. Like at least I want him to play a full season, man. He's never, as a professional, never played a full season, not even in the minors. So
knowing the Red Sox, he's so good at short, he's so good at second, he's so good at third, they'll give him a first base glove.
He probably could do it. You could ask Campbell. Campbell went through those. You saw the password at some point. You saw Yoshida at first.
Yoshida, me and you were going to play first.
Doing? So, he's not even the big target.
I do agree with you though. Where
he's 5'5", I think.
Story's the shortstop until further notice. I'm sure if they asked him to move to second, he would have no problems moving back to second. But for now, I'm perfectly fine with him being our shortstop.
I saw Yoshida once. I mean, I have seen him a bunch of times, but Last year when he was hurt, I saw him in the outfield in Yankee Stadium, and I was literally right next to him. And he's really short. He's really short. I could not see him play. And meanwhile, he's like catching ground balls in the outfield, doing the mechanics and stuff like that. A ball went behind him, like went under the glove. I'm like, okay, there you go. But um, he's not a big target for first baseman. I don't know what they're thinking because
Well, and
he's
Manuel
really short,
Valdez.
at least compared to me. But he's really short.
Yeah, but and Manuel Valdez is a first baseman also.
That's another person that's really short as well. I feel like I don't know what. No. We should just go. First baseman should have like a big, should be tall,
I
big
agree.
target, and should actually have experience playing first. How your kid is not that good in the outfield? How you gonna be amazing now in the infield? And he always played the outfield his whole life. How you expect him to be catching like the hops and stuff like that? Oh, just like that? No. What is this?
So
I just hate. At some point, he had a glove, and it said Yoshida too. I'm like, bro. I'm like, oh, hell nah.
one more funny fact about first base is that your favorite player, Lewis, that the Red Sox tried to acquire at the deadline, Eugenio Suarez. The Red Sox were going to acquire him and teach him how to play first base on the fly.
Thank God that didn't
But
happen.
that didn't happen.
I'd rather have my Nathaniel Lowe, man. Like, I just Suarez could hit bombs, but man, he strikes out too much, man. That's not what we need. That's not gonna solve any problem.
Well,
That's just gonna scare me even more.
so next thing that the Red Sox did this offseason, Liam Hendricks and the Red Sox declined Liam Hendricks' 12 million mutual option. No surprises there, really. I mean, wish him the best. He just didn't pitch too much for us this season. It seemed like he was a little bit frustrated as well with his role with the team. Very, very class act.
He also
Very
got hurt.
good guy. Wish him the best with his next steps and the majors. And then after that, the other big decision that people were waiting for the Red Sox to make was if they were going to offer the qualifying offer to Lucas Giolito or not for 1 year, 22.05 million. It came down to the wire, but the Red Sox did not offer the qualifying offer to Giolito, making him a free agent. So, do you think there's any chance Giolito comes back, or is the book closed on the Lucas Giolito era here in Boston after just one season, one healthy season?
I feel like he won't, to be honest. Especially because the Red Sox are going after. They said it right now. They're going. Craig said it. They're not looking for a 4th or 5th starter. They're looking for a number 2 starter. Luca, he did good, but I'm not gonna lie. The Red Sox are going after someone that could pitch Garrett Crochet level. So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't come back. I don't think he will, to be honest. I feel like he's more like a three starter, and starting next year we're gonna have a lot of pitching depth, thanks to God. But we're gonna have Crawford back. I literally forgot he existed. Hunter Dobbins, I also forgot he existed. Payne Tolley, Connolly Early, Brian Bayo. You see what I mean? The list Crochet, and they're also trying to add. So it's good to have all those options, and we also have Patrick Sandoval. So
Yep. I was just going to mention him.
um,
So,
We also have a prospect called Luis
Morales,
Perales. So
he's in the Arizona League.
yeah, I feel like there's no need to go after Yelito. We're thankful for him, but he also had a season that he literally got paid for doing nothing.
So, I personally think Sandoval is going to take Giolito's spot in the rotation because the Red Sox are expected to pay him 12 or 13 million in 2026. He's expected to be healthy for opening day in 2026. He was a starter his whole career. I think he's the guy now that's going to be taking Giolito's spot. So you have three guarantees in the rotation: Crochet, Bayo, and Sandoval, in my opinion, for 2026. You need to figure out the other two spots, but I think it's going to be Sandoval's chance to show what he can do in the rotation. So we will have to see how that works out. And then another news with pitching in the Red Sox. The Red Sox a few days ago agreed to a 1 year, $800,000 deal to bring back Cooper Criswell. Criswell only appeared in 7 games for Boston last season, had a 3.57 ERA and a little over 17 innings pitched. He spent most of the season down in Worcester, where he threw 65 and 2/3 innings with a 3.70 ERA. So Criswell does not have any minor league options left. So this is a deal that is done at the major league level. So Criswell will be part of the major league roster for the Red Sox. I doubt he'll be getting a spot in the rotation, but he'll probably be an emergency starter, or he can give us appearances out of the bullpen, maybe eat up like 2-3 innings out of the bullpen in certain games. But what are your thoughts on that? I mean, nothing really here, just a depth signing. And like you said earlier, Lewis, like I'll take as much pitching as we can get because you can never really have enough pitching.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have all those pitchers. Yes, it's really good. Because especially, I learned something this year. Apparently, we had a 6-man rotation last year, and at some point, it felt like we didn't have much. I also thought about Kyle Harrison as well, but injuries are always going to happen, and having depth is the best thing possible. And I like what I see. I like that we have a lot of depth right now, and that we're also looking for a starter that is going at least in Garrett Crochet like type. So for now, I like what we see, but hopefully we just do the right moves. You get me, like with the pitchers and stuff like that. Not just say that we're looking. Do it. Just do it. That's the thing, because we, as a Red Sox fans, we've been suffering about, oh, they're interested in that. Oh, they're interested in that. This is what they're thinking. This is blah blah blah. And at the end of the day, it's just like we don't just want to talk like y'all are interested. Just I want to hear like, oh, the Red Sox are trying really bad to get Joe Ryan, like whoever. You get me? So hopefully they wake up from that, and hopefully they turn things around, because they gotta do, if they're actually willing to win, we gotta do that. Not just be interest, because we're the interest at this point. I see people calling the Red Sox the interest kings.
So two more things here to bring us home. The first one, if you could only have one of these players that the Red Sox are interested in, Pete Alonso or Kyle Schwarber, who would it be? And before you answer that, let me just list off each of their stats from the 2025 season. We'll start with the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He played in all 162 games in the regular season, hit 38 homers, 126 RBIs, had an on base percentage of 347, was an all star and also a silver slugger. And he will be, I think, he is 30 right now. He'll be 31 at the start of next season. Kyle Schwarber, on the other hand, is a former Red Sox. He spent like half a season here. He also played all 162 games in the regular season in 2025. He hit a career high 56 homers and a career high 132 RBIs. His on base percentage is at 365. He was an all star as well in the 2025 season. He will be 33 at the start of next season. So, Lewis, these are two players that the Red Sox are interested in, two players that people around the league think the Red Sox could acquire this offseason. But it's highly unlikely that we are going to end up with both of them, just due to the Red Sox motivation to spend in free agency in recent years, number one. And number two, the fact that there's a million other teams interested in these players as well. So If you had to pick only one of these players for the Red Sox to sign, who would it be?
I mean, I know Kyle played first base for us at some point, but it's so different when you play the whole season. Is he even willing to play first now? You get what I mean? And what type of production we will have from him at first base? Also, that's also another thing. And I would love to have Kyle Swagger back, but I just don't know. I feel like he's more like a DH at this point. He will be really good at DH. I'm not gonna lie, but he will be like that type of player that I told you that you could literally pay him, give him 6 years, and because his job is literally just hit bombs, and that's what he does. That's what he rely on. It's different. You get me? He doesn't rely on being an athlete. He just hitting bombs, just a strong man. It's different. So I could maybe see if we could have him at first, maybe, and then when Yoshida contract is over, get him to the DH. You get what I mean? Because I also like Yoshida's production, and you saw in the World Series that, I mean, in the postseason, that he was literally our best hitter. He got hot at the right moment. You also got to think about like he had a shoulder injury, so people are talking bad about him and stuff, but it's not easy, man. It's like weird. There's a day when you have surgery in the shoulder. Like I could tell you from my own experience, like there's a day that you feel good. There's days that you feel good, and there's days that you don't feel the same. I also had like shoulder problems, so I could tell you from that. But at the end of the day, he was feeling he did really good. He got two base hits off the last game we played against the Yankees, and game one, the man who came in clutch was him. And if it wasn't for Josh Chisholm, he would have came in clutch again. But Josh Chisholm literally didn't let that ball go into the infield, but to the outfield. I mean, but if the Red Sox want to risk it like that, because P. Alonso kind of scares me in a way because he didn't perform like that last year. I want someone to be consistent in like how they perform in the in the offense. P. Alonso literally hit like 238. You get what I mean? That's also like, ugh, you don't want that either. But Kyle Swagger always performs similar. You get me? He always performs the similar ways. He's that good. He's just really good with a bat and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like if he's willing to play first base, then I would take Kyle. But being more realistic, I feel like Pete is makes more sense for the Red Sox because he's normally a first baseman, and Kyle situation here he hasn't played first. I don't even know since when. I know he didn't even play first base this year.
I'm with you on that. I'd love for either of them, but I just think Alonso would be such a better fit. Right-handed hitter, especially with that green monster. Like I think he would continue to homer at such a high clip with the short left field and the green monster being a right-handed hitter. And I know there's questions about Alonso's defense at first, but honestly, I could care less about that. Like we just need a first baseman. We need stability at that position. We need to stop going through the cycle that we've gone through for like the last, I don't know, like 7-ish years, 8 years, where we don't have a consistent first baseman. Like it's just time for some stability at that position. So I prefer Alonso, but I would be happy to bring back Schwarber because I did enjoy his time here. He enjoyed playing here. It was, yeah, I wish we could have brought him back. I get why we didn't bring him back though, because we still had JD Martinez on the team at the time, and you don't want to pay two people to be designated hitters. We also put a lot of faith in Dahlback and Costas at the time to be our first basemen, and he wasn't playing the outfield anymore at that point in his career. So it didn't make sense at the time. Obviously, I wish we were able to bring him back, but I would love to bring him back now. I just don't think the Phillies are going to let him go. Like, I think the Phillies and Dave Dombrowski are going to do whatever it takes to keep Schwarber. Whereas I think Alonso, there's a higher chance he leaves the Mets. So that's where I stand with that. But one last thing for you, Lewis, and we're going to end on a fun note here. We had a bit of a rebranding with one of the Red Sox minor league teams. The Salem Red Sox are now the Salem Ridge Yaks. Did you see anything on that? And what are your thoughts on that rebranding from one of our minor league affiliates?
I mean, yeah, I saw that, but
I don't know what that means at all.
me either. I totally forgot about that, but
I'm looking up right now. What is a Ridge Yak?
we should have kept the same name, man. What was the point of what is that?
The new name is a tribute to the local region in Salem, Virginia. The Ridge talks about the mountains, the Blue Ridge Mountains, and the Yak is a nod to kayaking. So it's a name honoring the mountains and kayaking.
Is there a lot of mountains over there or something?
Yes, I believe the Blue Ridge Mountains. Yeah, I guess that's in Virginia.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then people in Virginia like to kayak as well. So, okay.
That
I just
makes,
don't like the word yak in the name because that just makes me kind of feel a little gross.
oh yeah, I mean, for me it was like yuck, yeah, like yuck, literally. But now I see, I see the meaning. So probably the people around that area, they probably know.
So, yeah, maybe me and you will get down to a game this year for the Salem Ridge Yaks and check out the farm system. But that is going to do it for today's episode. We talked about a lot. We covered a lot. We apologize for the inconsistencies with posting here, but we're going to get right back into the weekly grind. We're going to keep doing podcasts for you guys every week in the off season because things are only going to get more busier with not only the Red Sox but the MLB as a whole. So this is an important off season for the Sox, and we will have you every week with more updates on how the team's looking.
And
But,
don't be shocked to expect like videos middle of nowhere.
right.
If things are heating up, we're gonna talk about it. Me and David are gonna stop what we're doing, and we're literally, if you're at work, David, go to your car.
You already know.
Go to your car. We got to talk about this, David. Something's going on. The Sox are going off this year, spending every million they can.
I mean, with your phone going off so much, I'm thinking that Craig Breslow is already getting back to you.
I mean, yeah, he's watching the StreamYard.
Send
him an invite.
Okay, so
on that note, he's just watching as a fan right now. He's just.
We love you, Craig. Have
sitting down. He has his coffee, his mug right now. He literally went like this.
So, if you like videos like this and you want to see more,
he literally did this right now. Like,
make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends all about us. Keep watching these videos throughout the winter because we're going to keep bringing them to you about Red Sox news. And that is going to do it for us today. Alongside Lewis, I'm David. Everyone have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Peace.